You're busy. You've got other things to do.
Yeah.
Big movie stars. I know.
I wish. You know any?
Really?
I know two.
All right. Love the film, first of all.
Thank you.
Second, you must have found every vintage hat in Hollywood.
We did. They were hard to find. Part of it was that everyone wore hats then, and people forget that everyone put on a suit and wore a hat when they went to a ball game. But it's also because when you're doing the CGI, it's a lot easier when people are wearing hats.
All right, so I've had all kinds of moon pies, but what's a Mabel's moon pie?
Mabel's moon pie. Well, we wanted that John Krasinski gets all these big endorsements, and I've got some lady's shop.
You must love moon pies, huh?
I do love a moon pie.
There was an old Three Stooges short called Three Little Pigskins. And I know, I'm getting creepy here. So in Moe's autobiography, he talks about they're playing football game. It's like 1931, and they have the same outfits and everything. And there's a scene where they're running down to the end zone, all three of them, and a photographer says stop, and they stop in the middle of the play for a picture. It's a famous photo. The script calls for them to get tackled, and Moe says, we're not doing that. So they got the stuntmen to do it, and then after the shot, they broke their legs, their ribs, their hips were broken. I mean, they were all a mess. So watching this film, it can't be, you didn't have any padding on, did you?
No.
Or?
Well, you have the normal padding you're wearing, which is small. They're small pads, little hip pads, and little, tiny shoulder pads.
But being the director, you had to be extra careful that you weren't injured during this movie, right?
Well, I got socked around the first couple of days, and then I realized that I wasn't going to make it for 4 months if I did that. So I stopped playing as hard as I play basketball 2 or 3 times a week, and we play pretty hard, but you don't get hit like that in basketball. So I got hit by a couple of 21-year-olds, and I thought, okay, I'm going to be a little more careful now.
And what really sells this film, too, is the music by Randy Newman.
It's great.
This flapper, kind of roaring 20s music. Yeah. And one of my favorite moments in the movie is the World War I story that the bullet's telling.
Right.
And when you come out with the final shot and he's looking at Renee, you hear there's a long, long trail, just briefly. Right. And I was obsessing about it last night because I couldn't remember that song. I was on the internet on worldwar1.com trying to figure out the name of that song, and I was asking everybody, so was that your idea or was that Randy's?
That was probably Randy's. Randy and I spent a long time working on the idea of the world of what the music would be. But he's such a genius, He would say, "Well, how about I do this? Bling," and you go, "That's pretty good." I mean, it's Randy Newman, He doesn't miss.
And a great cameo in the film with him as the director.
Yeah, we gave him a bottle and let him smack somebody in the head with it.
So, as the director of this film, what was the first shot on the first day for you?
First day was football. We were outside. In the opening football sequence, and it was really cold. We were in the South, but it was surprisingly cold that entire winter, and so it was about 25 degrees. And our very first shot was me getting hit. I figured, well, the first person it should be me, and I got hit, and I stood up, and I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I've got 4 more months of this.
This movie is such a screwball comedy because I'm a classic film fan. I heard the references, Max Steiner,
Sure.
Classic film composer.
Yeah.
And also she reminds me of Irene Dunn, and she was channeling, Renee Zellweger was channeling her, I thought.
Irene Dunn and,
Barbara Stanwyck, maybe?
A little bit of like the Lady Eve even. We stole from, I literally stole ideas from His Girl Friday, from Philadelphia Story, from More the Merrier. I thought that was sort of the proper thing to steal. Or I'm sorry, homage.
Yes, tribute.
I tributed them.
All right, tell everyone in Vegas to go see Leatherheads for me.
If you go, he promises a free car.
Yes, I will give you a ride.
Thank you so much.